Welcome back to another episode of your favorite black man show or black male show, black men show, the Brother Pill podcast. Today we have a very interesting topic. Forget how good she looks. What does her credit score look like? Now, again, we're welcoming you here for those of you who are watching live or those of you watching the replay. We appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell when you do for the notifications and like the video. My name is O'Shea Duke Jackson. I am one of the two-headed monster of the Brother Pill podcast. My main channel, O'Shea Duke Jackson, has over 42,000 subscribers. Go over there and check it out. Also follow our men's lifestyle blog, www.negromanosphere.com. And let me introduce the other person, the double-headed twin monster here on the Brother Pill podcast, the controversial, but the one and only, the legendary Steve Dean Williams. Welcome back to another episode, brother.
Yeah, man. What is going on, Bumbaglot? Here, man, in Jamaica, looking over here, trying to chill out in the mainmindset.com. Yeah, the lines are very open, man.
All right. So those of you know the call-in number 515-605-9373. Let's start the show off as Steve Dean says, let's eat. Okay, so Steve, this is a pretty interesting topic. You've been kind of hinting at this throughout the duration of the Brother Pill podcast since its inception in late July. You are a dating and a lifestyle coach for men of all races, all nationalities across this great globe here. And a lot of things that we both understand about men is that they love beautiful women. We all love beautiful women. That's a motivation for a lot of men. You know, a lot of guys want to work out, improve themselves for a better chance at a better looking woman. Now, before I kind of go into this, Steve, I live in Poland, right?
Yes, sir.
And shout out to those people in the European Union, particularly those close to the Eastern Bloc. If you live in Poland, if you live in Ukraine, and even in Russia, which Russia is not in Europe, but it's really close to Europe, most people, if they go to college, that's free. Okay. Now, unfortunately, if you live in a place like this and you happen to marry somebody internationally, they're German, they're Russian, they're Cuban, something like that, they don't have a lot of what we consider debt, right?
Yes, sir.
The problem is in America is a lot of people, both male and female, will have some debt. Now, let's talk a little bit before we get into the women's part of it. A lot of you black men out there who listen to this podcast, some of you have made some mistakes, credit cards. Some of you may have debt of other things, but you may even have college loans yourself. I'm in debt for college loans. But Steve, one thing that we do notice about American women is that some of them, especially, you know, black women in particular, if they go to college, they're going to college for soft sciences, psychology, sociology, and then they're going to schools like, you know, Georgetown. They're going to schools like Howard University, and they're coming to the table in a relationship with $100,000 or more in debt, and they don't have the earning potential, but they want to be wifed up. Now, before I kind of get to you, you know, and I've noticed something by listening to what you said. If you were to date a woman over here in Poland, she can get a college education. She has no debt. You can start anew. In many of these other places, Brazil, you can start completely with somebody brand new. They have no debt and the education. So, Steve, let's talk about the debt with these women that these brothers are going to potentially be dealing with if they don't. And why did you want to talk about checking her credit score?
Well, because a lot of black men all make the worst mistake ever, and that is marrying, moving in, or getting pregnant. Debt. That's their problem. They're so caught up in her beauty and her body, they're not looking after their own well-being, and they're accepting these irresponsible, non-accountable ass women into their lives only to have their lives destroyed, and then they want to get mad at the women for destroying their life. A lot of these guys, and again, this is why it's important to have mentors or fathers who can understand the real world. When you are moving a woman into your house, I didn't even say engage, O'Shea. When you are moving her in your house, before you give her the key, or before you accept her key, in some cases, some guys moving with the woman, you must sit down and have a powwow and an understanding of what's to come while we're living together. And a lot of people don't do that. They want to play house, but without talking about financial things. I always believe that the first thing you should do with her is get a bank account. The very first. Hold on, motherfucker. Shut up. I know YouTube going crazy right now. What the fuck you mean get a bank account? You just shut the fuck up and listen. Just shut up. Calm down, motherfuckers. Just trust me. That was a comma, wasn't a fucking period. I'm telling you guys, the first thing you should do is go with her and get a joint bank account. And let me tell you the reason why. Because when you're living with her, your money is your money. Her money is her money. Now, you're going to have to pay bills. So if you're going to pay bills, that's what the joint account is for. You take whatever you owe. Like say, if you paying half rent, electricity, and cable or entertainment, those basic things. Electricity, cable, what is it? Electricity, rent, and the entertainment for the both of you. Whatever that comes up to out of your money, you deposit that in that middle account. You don't combine You don't combine your shit and her shit yet because you're not engaged with her and she's not your wife. Now, on her side, she needs to do the same thing. Now, let me tell you why I say this. Because even if I'm living with you, don't ask me for any money. Don't ask me for gas money. Don't ask me for shit because I am not responsible for you. And that's where they go wrong, O'Shea. Yeah, baby, I ain't got no money for gas. Can you give me some money? Man, why? Bitch, you work? You know what I mean? But these motherfuckers are rewarding bad behavior. Listen, the reason I say the joint account to pay the bills in the middle, if you're serious about this woman, this is the first test run of many test runs you're going to have with her before she is even worthy to be your wife. But a lot of guys don't do this, O'Shea. Motherfuckers will combine their shit with their shit. They'll pay her bills. They'll take on her fucking debt. They'll give her gas money, weave money, food money. They give her all this shit. But they don't realize, O'Shea, the motherfucking woman is working. I'm sorry for running my mouth. What you got, man? I'm sorry.
No. Keep talking. I'm just echoing.
Oh, wait. Let me see. Try. Are you echoing now?
Let me see. A little bit, but not that much. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. No, I'm not echoing anymore. Okay, cool.
So that's the thing. And that's the problem with a lot of black men. They think when they move in with a woman, they automatically have to give her money, buy her weave, pay for her kids, give her money for fucking toys. And no, absolutely not. Your only responsibility at this first phase, because we got other phases.
Okay.
This phase right here is to be responsible and pay half your rent, half the electricity, and half the entertainment. Those are your responsibilities. Everything else is not your responsibility. And I don't give a fuck if you moved in with her, she fucking sucking you dick like 3 times a day. You don't give her shit because you need to know if she is financially stable enough to handle her own shit. I'm done. That's the first phase, sir.
Okay, and let me talk about this, man. I've made this exact mistake that Steve was talking about. Everything this nigga is talking about, I've made this mistake before. Okay, dealing with somebody that had bad credit. So trust me, what he's saying is at 15,000% true. It's true, 1,000%. What he's telling you guys, if you have not made this mistake, and like you see, you're a younger guy, even a little bit of an older guy, listen to this podcast. If you don't listen to nothing else that we're gonna be talking about tonight, we're gonna help you niggas not fuck your life up, okay? Because you can definitely fuck your shit up. This is a good way to do it, okay? I even had another guy that I interviewed. He did the same thing about a week ago. So listen, we want to give a shout out to brother Carlos Jean that just donated in the super chat. Came in the chat and instantly started tricking. Get you a Ugandan Rolex for breakfast, fam. Thank you so much. For those of you who are watching the replay, we really appreciate you watching. Again, like the video and share the video. And for those of you who are watching us right now live, let's like the video. And if we can, share the video. Steve, let me talk a little bit about what you're saying right now because it's so very true. What we want to talk about at this particular instance is the fact that a person, you want to see how she manages her money. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday, we did a show called Fast Talking Niggas. We also talked about fast talking bitches a little bit. It's the same scenario. What is a good indication of future performance is past performance. And let me stop right there, and I won't be too long. A lot of times, what we are dealing with when we deal with a woman, and she will tell you if she does have financial problems, because most women will, okay, they'll get a lot of money and then they'll blow a lot of money. They'll talk about times where they've had lots of money and they don't have any money. You have to take those times where women talk about their problems, their financial woes, them not being able to manage money. This is where you really want to open up your ears and listen to this. You got to listen to this because she's going to tell you about her financial problems, how her family didn't look out for her. But you can read in between the lines and said that when she was getting the money, she didn't know what to do with it. She doesn't understand how to manage money. Her mama doesn't know how to manage. This is a virus that is passed down from generation to generation. Now, see, this is what you need to understand, brothers. If she doesn't know how to manage money without you, those bad habits come into that relationship too. Now, she may at some point, let's say under your tutelage or under your leadership, she may adapt sooner or later, right? But you don't really know that. Most men manage money better than women in the first place. So if she already has a problem managing money early on in the relationship, you're going to see she's going to have problems managing money. It's imminent, okay? So you need to be able to understand that if this motherfucker had problems before me, she's probably going to have problems with me. Don't think that you're so great of a man that you can fix a problem child bitch. You cannot fix a problem child bitch. I'm going to say it again so that it resonates with you. A person who has bad habits, you are not to fix them. I've tried to do that before. It doesn't work. You are not Jesus. I always tell bitches like this. If Jesus died on the cross and he can't help you, bitch, I can't help you for sure. If a bitch has a bad problem before you meet her, you cannot fix that problem. Assume that you cannot fix it. If money is a bad problem, then understand that you cannot be the financial guru for her. You are not David Ramsey. Okay? You're not that person. Do not put the Superman cape on for these bitches and start trying to give them a financial plan. Or don't try. I've tried that. It doesn't work. Don't try to give them a meal plan for their budget because that's what they're going to be. They're going to see that you have your shit together and then they're going to want to be around you so they can try to learn from you, but you cannot help a bitch who's stupid. So if she was bad with money before, Assume that there's nothing you can do to help her so that you don't get frustrated, because what's going to end up happening is you are going to get frustrated when the bitch can't catch up, when she doesn't understand, when she doesn't understand going without. Because see, you have trained yourself to do that, and when you're dealing with her, she's not. So it's going to be a problem up front. So I had to say that real quick. Steve, can you weigh in on this real quick?
Oh, absolutely. I can weigh on. You're hitting everything on the nail that a lot of these young men don't understand. A lot of these young men have no idea that it is not their responsibility. But unfortunately, because they're so in quote unquote love and they want to make everything work out, that they sacrifice their own needs and all that other shit to try to please her and make her happy, knowing that there's something wrong here with somebody who can't take care of themselves. That's the crazy thing. Mm-hmm. They don't even think about that, because again, a lot of these black men were never taught to think on that level. They were never taught to question things. They only thought that just, hey, I'm gonna move her in and that's it, man.
Let me just do this real quick, Steve. I want to shout out Jamaican Pepper, and then $20 shout out to the fam. Tired as hell, but rocking with the fam. Much love. Let me tell you this, guys. We have the same people always supporting the show. I really appreciate them people. But you know what? What we like to see is Jamaican. We always see Carlos as the people who are really, 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 really the fort behind the Brother Pill podcast. These guys are the pillars of it, right? You brothers out there who never donate. I don't want to call your name because some of y'all, I'm looking at your name. You hear every show. Okay, I won't call your name right now. All right, there's one brother that's been following me for a long time, but I ain't never made a donation. But anyways, listen, new people never donate. We want you to participate. Okay, and the reason why we want you to participate is because this is part of Black Male Media, and we want to give you this information. We understand that you want to consume it, and that's great. But again, we're able to do more. Steve, before we go into the show, Steve, you saw the ebook that Donovan wrote, right? The new ebook.
Whatever, man.
Let's talk about that real quick. Now, Steve, is that a good ebook that Donovan wrote that we have?
Man, whatever. Yeah, man, it is a good book. But you're going to do the same silly ass shit again. Get that shit away with these motherfuckers for free. I don't know why you're going to do that shit.
I'll tell you what, all the moderators who want to check out the new ebook, the draft of it, email me at planetoshay at gmail.com. I will send it to you. Patreons get first dibs, and the moderators get first dibs on the ebook. Won't you guys let me know what you think? And eventually it may become free, but I just want to tell you guys that you brothers who donate allow for other brothers in the community to be rewarded with information like this. So we do thank you. Let's talk about this, Steve, real quick. We live in a society that is credit based. Now, let me talk about this a little bit differently. If you lived in a country like Nigeria, or maybe a country like Uganda, okay, assuming that you're that part of the world, or from those people who are from that part of the world, like my man Blackest Night, Nigeria is a cash-based economy. So is Uganda, right? Typically, if you have a person that has a Mercedes-Benz or Rolls Royce or something like that, hey man, if you want that, you gotta pay to play, right? You gotta pay cash for those things. You're not going swiping your credit card for Rolls Royce or getting it financed. Okay, what you're doing is you are actually paying cash. Okay, that's in Africa. In America, however, you can get a laptop financed. So what really is based in America is not necessarily cash. Now, we should be, Steve, I really believe that Black men, you should be a cash-based system. And we're going to talk about that. I'm not a financial guru, but I was very informed by David Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover. I want you brothers to be on a cash-based system. That means when you don't need credit, you can just buy cash for whatever that you're trying to do. Okay. That's how the NegroManosphere.com operates. It's a straight no credit business. But again, Steve, the credit score is king in America. Okay. You cannot do anything without credit. If you want to go to medical school, guess what, Steve?
What's up?
You need good credit. Yeah. You want to get a home loan? You need good credit.
Yes.
Now, Steve, let's talk about this. If a person you get into a relationship with them and they have bad credit, that means you take on. Now, I'm not sure how this works. If the person comes into the relationship with $50,000 debt and you have zero debt and you get married to them, do you take on their debt as a couple?
Wait, if you get married, yeah, if you get married, but if you're living together, no. Not, well, again, there's common law marriage. Again, it depends on where you're at because some places, again, if all the bills are in your name or her name and it's at the same place and things like that, there's so many different variables that happen. Like we were talking about squatting as well. There's so many things that can happen that these young men are blind to this shit, O'Shea. Blind.
About the squatting thing. And shout out to my man JJ Redwood, the official cab driver of the Negro Manosphere, and DeAndre Caldwell, Black Men Network at its finest. Thank you so much, man, for the support. Let's talk about the squatting thing, brothers, because a lot of people don't understand what that is. Can you re-examine that real quick, Steve?
Okay. A squatter is someone that if they're like, for instance, let's say you and I are roommates, O'Shea.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say your girlfriend comes to visit you, and if she's getting and then all of a sudden she changes her address and starts getting mails and bills to your house because you're like, well, I can't pay the bills from where I'm at, and the two of you get in a fight and don't get along. She can squat for 30 days, and then you have to go to the landlord and then give her literally a 30-day notice to vacate the premises.
Wow. That's huge right there. 30 days to vacate the premises, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, Steve, do we have any callers in queue?
Yeah, we have two callers. Let's see here. We got a 843 and we got a 111, but as usual,
That's probably some fuckery.
let me go ahead and hang up on that 111 because that's probably.
Oh, wait. Just bring him in for the fuckery, dog. Let's bring him in. It might be a good caller.
He'll call me back. I just hung up on his ass. Do you have a question, sir?
Oh no! Hey guys. Well, it's me, Josiah. One of the questions I wanted to ask was, when is a good time to bring it up about credit? I mean, I'm already mad, but I want to know when do y'all think is a good time to bring up credit, and how would you approach a female about talking about credit?
Well, that's phase two. That's where we get to phase two. I don't know if O'Shea wants to discuss phase two yet, but that's
let's get into it.
All right. Well, all right. Let me explain. Mute your phone, 843. We'll have you open, but mute your phone real quick so we don't hear any back noise. But let me explain to you phase three. Now, once you realize you want to marry this woman, okay, or get engaged, okay, this is when the rubber really hits the road because now you're at a point where, okay, you are worthy of my last name. But now we got to see or open up the books. Now, before, your money was yours, her money was hers, and whatever she did with her money was her business. Had nothing to do with you. None of your business whatsoever. But once you give her that ring or you get on your cake ass knee and propose to her ass, that's when we got to sit down, even today. We got to open up your books. I need to see your credit score. I need to know how much debt you accumulated. Mm-hmm. I need to know personal information. I need to know how you managing your money. We need to discuss kids. There's other things, kids, schooling, and all that other stuff, but we keep it on finances. Mm-hmm. I need to know your financial history, which we need to talk about. I need to know your long-term financial goals. I need to know that you are willing to create a game plan with us, or we come up one together to go forward and build wealth. If you ain't doing any of this, and let me tell you something, if she gets offended if she gets mad, if she cops an attitude, if you're watching me live on YouTube, what I want you to do with your right hand, no, I don't mean smack her, because y'all like, where you going to smack? No, don't smack her. What I need you to do is take your right hand and right on your chest, just do this. Rub your hand clean like this and roll your hand out and say, give me my motherfucking ring back or snatch that bitch. Because any woman that is not a team player is not wife material. Because I'm not asking for you to cure cancer. I'm saying that, like we're trying to tell you, if I'm going to marry you, I have to take on your debt. Matter of fact, for some of you fools out there, you're already creating debt with that fucking ring. And not only that, O'Shea, let's take it one step further. This is when you tell her, look, if we get married, we're only going to spend $5,000 on the wedding. If that. That's it. The most we're going to spend is at the $5,000. And in that $5,000, you got to pick your dress, the cake, and my tuxedo. And maybe our honeymoon. You get $5,000. Because one of the things that break up relationships is money. Because what you guys do is the worst thing you do is that you let her live her fairy tale. And we all know for a woman, that wedding is not about you. It's about her. It's her day to show off in front of all of her ain't shit, single, lonely ass friends. But what a lot of you guys understand is you have to pay the bill. And not only pay the bill, after the honeymoon, you don't understand that when you come home to debt, that's what's gonna hurt you. And that's what hurts a lot of guys out there. But what I always tell you real quick, and then O'Shea, I don't mean to you know,
no, you're doing good
on my mouth, but you motherfuckers don't realize that this stank ass woman that you want to call your wife isn't thinking about you. She's not thinking about the big picture. Y'all fucking understand me? The most selfish thing a woman can do is have a wedding, because it is all, she makes that shit all about her. It's not about you. You got to pay for the venue. You got to pay for the photographer. You got to pay for the wedding event planner. You got to pay for the band at the reception. You got to pay for the DJ. You got to pay for the florist. You got to pay for the videographer. You got to pay for a wedding dress, your tuxedo, the cake. You got to pay for the ceremony site. You got to pay for the ceremony musicians. You got to pay for the invitations, the transportation, the fucking dress rehearsal dinner, the engagement rings, the catering, the wedding day hairstyle, and her fucking makeup. Only to also then take her on a honeymoon and then come back to what? Nothing but bills. And all of a sudden, that is the beginning of the end of your relationship. Because as a man, you're supposed to control all things. You never give the woman the wheel when it comes to a fucking wedding. You never give the woman a wheel when it comes to finances. And if you do give her the wheel when it comes to finances, you need to sit with her every week and look at the books. Where we at? Okay, we got 20,000 in the bank. Okay, well, what are we spending on? Where's our money going? Well, baby, I just want to let you know, baby, that we did buy our groceries. We paid our rent, we paid electricity, and we did have a little bit of entertainment. I spent $400 on my weave and all that other stuff. I did this. She needs to explain where the money is being doled out. And don't get me wrong, O'Shea, I just want to say this, is that I'm not just saying it for you to her. I'm saying it for her to you. She should have every right to ask your ass where the fucking money is. But we talking about her fuck ups right now. O'Shea, I didn't mean to go too long, man. But
no. You're on fire. Again, I'm almost Echoing.
Oh, right, you are?
Yeah.
What about now?
Let me see. No.
Okay.
I'm fine, I think.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Hello, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so my friend, he don't want to ask the question, but I'll ask it.
Okay.
He has a baby mama, and they're getting serious. Now they're going to have a child. He's working, she's not working. But he says since he wants to take that further step, he's agreeing to pay for her college tuition.
Oh.
Do you think that's a smart move? I'm just a messenger.
And I'm gonna tell you that
he's having a child.
And I'm gonna tell you to send this message to him. Now, first off, I want to congratulate you on having a child, okay? And please do not take this the wrong way. You should have never had a child with her before marriage. You never have unprotected sex with women until you know they are worthy of your last name. Now, again, I'm not knocking for that, but I'm just saying for other guys, not you, other guys, don't do what he did. Because let me tell you, let me get this straight. Did you just tell me that you're going to pay her college? What the fuck are you doing?
He said he's going to pay for her college.
Okay.
Because he wants to show that he said he could take care of her and that he's going to step up as a man.
Oh my!
I don't know. I'm already married.
Hold up.
This is his first child, and he said he loves her.
Hold on. Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you back in the day, I used to watch a cartoon called Tom and Jerry, man. And every time Tom fucked up, his face would disappear, and you would either see a jackass or a sucker. And he'd be like, womp, 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 because he feel like a sucker. Only suckers are going to do this shit. Listen, that doesn't make you a man because you're taking care of her irresponsibilities. That makes you a sucker because you, young man, should have asked her these questions. Wait. Is she not old enough to pay her own fucking debt? She's not working. Then I ask you the question. What the fuck is she doing to subsidize her end of the bargain or her end of the relationship? Ask him that since he don't want to talk for himself. Ask him that question. And this is the problem.
She helped him cook and clean. She helped him cook and clean and pretty much washes his clothes while he goes to work and does the stuff.
I don't.
But he has his own. But I told him he has his own apartment. He has his own car. He has good credit. This girl,
his life.
She made a lot of bad mistakes. He says
his life is over. Did he was born from a single mom, right? He ain't had no dad in his life, right? Right.
I got to tell the truth. Yeah.
Hey guys. Bingo. I am Steve O'Damas in this motherfucker. What did he listen to the key words he say? I gotta be the man. I gotta take care of her. Sounds like the same thing mommy has indoctrinated you suckers with all day. Oh, well, you gotta take care. You need to grow up and be the man that I need you to be, not the man you want to be type bullshit lectures and shit that these mothers come up with you young men. She is not your responsibility. Now, don't get me wrong. The child is now your responsibility. The kid is your responsibility, but she's not your responsibility. Cooking, cleaning, doing dishes and laundry, shit, man. Hey, dog. Those are gimmies. So what? That's like me telling you I go to work every day and I pay my rent. You're supposed to do that shit. No. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you pay her rent, you might as well put the dress on and be the bitch in a relationship. Because no fucking man is going to pay a woman. She's not even your wife, and you're telling her you're paying her fucking college bill? O'Shea, shoot me in the back of my medulla oblongata. Am I crazy here, O'Shea? O'Shea Jujax. Am I crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Did this? He just said, let me tell you something else, 843, why I know he ain't going to make it. Because only a male, I apologize, O'Shea, for being disrespectful and calling him a man around you. Excuse me. I'm truly sorry, and I hope you find in your heart one day to forgive me. But anyway, only a male would ask another man to ask me a fucking question. That shows me you have no balls, you have no backbone, and guess what? While you're paying her fucking college, while you out there busting your ass, it only what O'Shea, maybe take about, I don't know, maybe a little warm bottle of milk. You rock the baby for maybe a good 30 minutes. You bundle the kid up real tight to make him feel like he's in the womb. And then you lay him in the crib. And she can fuck whoever she wants to while you out there working, busting your ass, catering, bitching up, and doing all the silly shit that she wants you to do. She's going to cheat on you. And not only is she going to cheat on you one day, she going to take you for everything you fucking got because she does not respect you. The fact that you think that a man is supposed to take O'Shea, 843, are we all punked? Is Ashton Kutcher about to come out right now and tell O'Shea and I, O'Shea, look behind you, O'Shea.
Well, I mean, the only thing that it just caught me off guard, but he already told her, like, because my wife already offered her to get a job, and he already came at us saying, like, don't be telling her to work. Don't be telling her to run my house. I'm like, dude, you can't do the things that you used to do anymore. Like, if you're calling us to help you with some of your money, why not have her go to work? He doesn't want her to work, not while she's having a baby.
You guys stop fucking these women raw unless the girl has your last fucking name. Do not fuck these women raw. That is her get out of jail free card, number one. And the fact that you think you're a man because you're stepping up and paying her bills, motherfucker, let me tell you something. I know you listening. I got in my hand. Wait, let me see. Let me get it. Hold on. Let me go to my my bubblegum machine. Hold on. I gotta get some bubblegum out. Hold on. All right. Here we go. I'm sorry, I had to go to my bubblegum machine. Young man, if you watching live, in my hand, I've got 5 golden bubblegum balls. 2 of them are purple, 2 are orange, and 1 is pink. And young man, if you buy these balls and put them in the back of your yard, it will grow a beanstalk. And I promise you, if you climb it, you will find a castle with a goose that lays golden eggs. That's how fucking silly this shit sounds. I know you motherfuckers think I'm crazy, but y'all motherfuckers don't understand. These women will hunt you down when you weak. And the fact, 843, I hope you're listening. And the fact that you are so... O'Shea, can I say something?
Go ahead and say it, doctor.
I'm sorry, man. I'm all right. Give me a second. Okay. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening real good, young man. I hope you fucking listen to this, because I'm the ghost of your Christmas future, motherfucker. The fact that you cannot speak up for yourself, you cannot talk to other men, shows me that you're nothing but a bitch. And she knew that when she got with your ass. She knew that all I had to do was get pregnant by this sucker, and he's going to be dumb enough to pay my bills. And all I got to do is, what am I going to do? I have your baby now, and I need somebody to pay my bills. I need somebody to pay my college bills. And your dumb ass ran to the phone booth. You took your fucking glasses off, ran to the phone booth, jumped in that motherfucker, came out with your super Captain Save-A-Hole shirt and was like, don't worry about it, girl. I got you. I'm going to do all the work while you cook, which she should be doing for you anyway, clean, which she should be doing for you anyway, doing your laundry, which she should be doing for you anyway, and sucking your dick on cue, which she should be doing anyway. But you acting like she doing something. You acting like she going out there and slaying a minotaur every night for your ass. This is why you black men fail, because you listen to mommy. And I bet you listen to mommy. I bet you when you told mommy that, you know what, we're pregnant, mom, the first thing she said, well, how you gonna take care of her? You better step up and be the man that you need to be. Don't be like your daddy. What do you want?
He said that she changed after she had the abortion. She changed.
After she wait. She had an abortion and now she's pregnant again?
Listen, that ain't my problem. No. She had an abortion.
Help me out.
She went through something.
She had an abortion and now she's pregnant again?
Yeah.
You dumb. I'm gonna be an O'Shea right now. You dumb motherfucker. You got to be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever heard in my life. You looked up. The sun, the moon, and stars lined up.
He paid for the abortion.
Hey, will you? Well,
get his ass off the phone, dog.
O'Shea, we done with this guy.
I don't know. You got some more to tell because you can't help this motherfucker.
Wait a second. How old is Josiah? How old is he?
No. Josiah is the one that's talking. It's not him. It's friend.
Josiah, not me. It's
his friend.
The other guy, not me.
How
old?
He wants to listen in on.
How old is the other guy?
Oh, the brother? Oh no, he's only 23. He's 23.
You a 20-year-old dumbass, and you are going to be the reason why somebody's going to be robbing us in about 9 or 10 years because you don't know shit about life. You should be ashamed that you listen to your fucking mother. You should be ashamed of yourself for trying to take, man, O'Shea do Jebediah Jackson.
What's going on, dog?
Man, dog, I wish you know what? I wish I could come home one day and go to my girl that I'm living with. And I wish she'd say, Steve, you know, I need you to pay my college. I mean, I just want that to happen. I just want to know how it feels, O'Shea. I just want to know how it feels to go up to a woman and say, Steve, you pay my college? And I say yes.
Okay, so Steve, let me do this real quick because we need to basically ask another question, okay? Because there's somebody that super chatted a question. We can't spend all day on this caller, man.
Oh, what's up? I'm sorry, O'Shea. Hold on, 843. Stay in there. We'll put you in the queue. Hold on, 843. Go ahead, O'Shea.
Because I got some people I want to shout out that have been super chatting, okay? Because we have kind of forgotten about it with that. Now, that was a good rant, though. Shout out to the people. We want to shout out to the people that have been supporting the show on the live stream today. So, again, let's start from the most recent. Carlos Jean, super chat costs, but likes are free. Hit the like button. Thank you for $2 super chat. Shelly Sterling, the best podcast, you goddamn right. Shout out to the Brother Peel. My man, Full Circle. Fam, I hit you up on the email before whatever. I've been falling asleep, dog. I gotta hit you because we got to wrap. Shout out to my man Full Circle on his way to Kenya, man. He's always been supporting the show, always calls in and stuff like that. Also Howard Cooper, shout out to the Manosphere. DeAndre Caldwell, he gave a shout out. And Steve, we have a question. Okay, and shout out to my man Ade. Not Ade because he don't never donate, but the motherfucker that he's this person BT. Let me go back to him. BT0BT. He says, O'Shea and Steve, how do you feel about males like myself who grew up without a mother but father was present but don't teach me anything about manhood? Okay, so Steve, I'm gonna let you answer that because he has a different situation. His mom wasn't there. Dad is there. But for whatever reason, dad might be busy. Dad don't have the time. Dad doesn't really know anything. Dad could have been a single mother himself. So he's trying to find his way with his dad not being the person that should have been teaching him all this game. So how does a person like that rebound, even though it's not a single mother issue on this time?
You might as well call it. It's no different. Let me explain something to you, young man. This is why I tell motherfuckers that tell me all the time, well, I have both my parents, so who gives a fuck? Just because you have both your parents don't mean your dad's a fucking man. Because if your dad had to sleep on the couch if your dad ever told you, son, happy wife, happy life, don't make mom mad, or your dad had to ask for permission to do things, he was always belittled in front of you, yelled at, screamed at, get shit thrown at him. Not saying that your dad doesn't love you, okay? He just doesn't know how to love you like a man should. Because unfortunately for a lot of you guys, I mean, if your dad is there, yeah, you're lucky, man. You got both parents. But to see dad get beaten down every day by mom it happens to a lot of you young men, and it's confusing because how can dad teach you how to be a man when he's not the man of the house? He can't do that. So all he can do is upload the same feminine doctrine that these women are giving you guys. And I never say you're not supposed, you don't have to hit your woman, smack her around and mistreat her to be a man. Absolutely not.
Right.
Problem is, the first thing your dad should have pulled you aside and said, son, fuck love. Don't ever fall in love again. Fall into respect. That's something dads don't teach you young men, because unfortunately dad never fell in respect. Dad fell in love. And with love comes compromise, comes bending over backwards, ripping off your spine, giving her your balls, asking for permission. All that shit comes with love, because every time you do those things, you lose just a little bit of yourself. And then when you have a child, you don't know how to tell. How can you tell him to stand up for himself when every day you're sleeping in another room, or she's slamming doors, or she's telling you she ain't doing shit but sitting on the couch, eating bonbons, getting fat, and watching Oprah every day? Come on, man. Listen, I'm not saying not to love your dad. What I'm saying is you need to find somebody that can guide you the way you need to be guided. Because if your daddy was really your daddy and was a man about his shit, I'm gonna use O'Shea as an example. Your daddy go to McDonald's and eat a Big Mac. He said, you know what? That's how we Jacksons eat. That's how we Jacksons eat our hamburgers. Everything he does, he says, this is how a Jackson lives. Son, I don't give a fuck what they say. You are always going to be a Jackson. Fuck what everybody think. This is what the Do Jacksons think. This is what, the Jeopardy Do Jacksons. This is how we think. This is how we feel. Fuck the world. It is all about you. You are the sun, the moon, and stars. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. But it's not just him telling you that. It's how mom greets him at the door. How when he comes home, she is cooking, not because she has to. She cooks because she knows her man is a motherfucking man and her man needs to eat. She knows her man needs to come home to a clean house. She knows her man needs to have his laundry done. She knows that even if she's fucking working, she needs to come home and do that shit. Dad treats mom well, but dad also shows you how you should love a woman and also how you should treat your wife as well. Because you say, son, you see that right there? Let me show you something, son. You having a dad mom moment. You know what, son? I'm going to get these groceries, but hold on. I'm going to pull over here and get your mom a flower. You know why, son? Because this is what we Jacksons do. This is how we reward behavior. You know, your mom's a good woman, and this is the kind of woman I want you to have, son. But you know what? Every once in a while, son, it's always great to show your woman a little bit of love and a little bit of respect and everything. And I'm going to buy her this flower. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell her relax, and I'm going to do the dishes this week. And I'm going to clean. I'm going to tell her not to do anything. I'm going to pick up the slack, son. You know why? Because she's always working to show her love and dedication for us Jacksons. And that's how you got to be, son. That's how you got to love your wife. That's how you got to. But see, that's in the perfect world, Mr. O'Shea. Mm-hmm, that's how it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. No, and now that you're back in the Matrix, oh, no. It's something totally different. Oh, no, son, yeah, dad slipped on that soap bar. I didn't mean it. Yeah, I was clowning around the guys. I got this black eye and these bruised ribs and shit. Son, the thing about mom, I know she's having difficult times. She yells at dad, screams at me, but don't worry, son. That's just what women do. You're always gonna have problems with women. You're always gonna argue with them. You just got to let them go. Let them have their way. Let them say what they want to say, and don't stand up. Don't say anything, son, because you don't want to make mom upset. Okay, son? Always remember, son, happy wife, happy life. That's all it's about. When you want to go out with your friends, make sure you call her and ask for permission, like she's your mother. When you need to do something, or she dresses you like she's your mother, you can't complain. That's what I'm talking about, O'Shea. That's the problem that we having. And that's why, young man, you need to find somebody that can punch you in your motherfucking chest and show you who you really are and not what you are today. Love your dad, but don't be like him. O'Shea?
You know, I definitely agree 100,000%. But let me do this to real quick, and let me weigh in on it, because what he did ask is, and shout out to ABL in the chat. ABL, if you want to link, you can definitely come on if you want. What he's asking also is, my mom wasn't there. Okay, so here's the problem that we have, and I think what I'm gonna need to do is come up with an ebook, How to Be a Man After Being Raised by a Single Mother. It's something that I'm probably going to personally write myself for you brothers and give you my take on it. It goes with anything that you want to do in life. If you have the urge to be a doctor, one thing that you want to do is you start hanging out with people who are in the medical field. It may take a while for you to get some tutelage in certain things, right? Now, a doctor and a lawyer is a little bit easier because you can get people in those professions, but it's hard to find the red pill truth, right? Or the truth about women and their nature, and how to be and how to operate in your manhood from the position of strength. Now, here's a thing that a lot of you men do possess, even if you are raised by women. You can understand that something isn't right. Okay. This is something that you got to understand. Even if your mom raised you, if you have been toxified with women talking points, you can look at certain things and understand that this doesn't get you anywhere. Okay, that you're in a repetitive circle. All right, you do understand that there are certain guys that just naturally don't subscribe to that. They have more money than you. They have more freedom over their lives than you. And you know, to a point that the bad guys kind of get more women than you, and they do a little bit more in life. You got to use your intuition as a man, as a person that wants to be a builder, as a person that wants to be somebody great and have control of your destiny. And then you are going to be drawn to people like that. Okay. This is why a lot of you guys who are raised by single mothers, you have found this podcast. And the only reason why you listen to this podcast is because it resonates with something that you are already feeling. Now, here's the thing. If you already don't feel like something is wrong in your life or what you're going to be taught, what me and Steve are talking about daily, it will not resonate with you. In fact, it will offend you. It will make you upset. It will make you want to report these videos, right? But once you have an inner core feeling that what you've been taught by mom is not getting you any place, it is not helping you become successful in life, you must be drawn to men like us, right? And we don't have to agree on everything. Certainly me and Steve don't, but you want to be attracted to. Many of you guys voted for Donald Trump for that reason. Donald Trump is a man, he stands on his own principles. You don't have to like what he does. I certainly don't. But you get around those people, you can feel it. Okay. You can feel these particular people. They don't let women tell them what to do. They live their own lives according to their own rules. They do it their way. That is what being a man is about. Okay. It's about doing things your way. It's about you taking control over your own life, and you don't do things to please women, right? Men build societies and men build things for the betterment of themselves and the people who want to cooperate. It's important that you understand this. When men do things and they build great things, whether they're schools, whether they're homes and stuff like that, you build those things for people who want to cooperate with you. Those people who don't cooperate with you, then they're not included. Okay. You do not reward people. And again, I've been guilty of this, taking care of a woman's bills because she wants to cook and clean. Let me just go on a rant real quick, Steve. The Hobo Traveler, I watch his YouTube channel, right? Shout out to him. He wrote an article, okay? and I read this article before I even knew who he was. You can buy a wife or husband for $450 a month in a poor country. Let me tell you this, and I can tell you for a fact in Uganda, you can do it for even cheaper than that. If you want somebody to cook and clean and do shit for you, why would you spend somebody's college tuition at $40,000, $50,000? You can spend a quarter of the year in Africa or in Brazil, and you can get a contract with somebody and pay them $200 a month. I can assure you that you can do that, especially in Kampala, Uganda, where the average chick works 6 days a week and makes only $70 a month. Why would you spend 50 grand when you can spend 150 or 170 if you want to really get married and have a family? You can do that in another country and never pay child support. You see, that's how men are thinking. You see what I'm saying? If you want to get some pussy from a fine chick, then what you should be doing is, okay, I'm not going to do it in America. I can do it over here and never have to worry about child support. I can do it over here and never have to worry about. In fact, in Uganda, you could have 4 wives for that price. 4. That means you can be there. You know, listen, guys, there are other opportunities that you can get, right? So here's the thing. We want you to understand that if you have been raised by a single mom, it is not the end of the world, but you must understand, number one, that what you've been taught, you have to have an inner feeling that it's not right. And number two, you have to search things out, whether you search it on the internet, whether you search it on these podcasts, and then you get into the knowledge of the truth of who you are as a man. Yes, you are a king. Yes, you are somebody that has substance. Yes, you are designed to be leaders over people. Men are leaders. You are it's definitely leaders over women. So if that's the kind of man that you want to be, then you should stop simping and you get around those type of men who are teaching that. Be paternalistic, not maternalistic. All right, Steve, I'm done with that. Let me just do this real quick. I want to give a shout out to my man Ted Randolph in here. Let's see here. I see JR Meadows in here. JR Meadows, I'm gonna tell your punk ass again. Take that MGTOW life shit up out of here, player. You ain't gonna be trolling, nigga. You always do that. Now, Rocio does yes every motherfucking time. Don't come in here with that bullshit. Steve, do you have any other callers?
Yeah, we got 313. We have a few callers.
Okay, bring on the other caller if you can.
All right. Hold on. Let's get this fuck Steve shit out of the way. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and fuck me. I mean, not fuck me, but say fuck you, Steve. Go ahead, man. Oh, you got nothing to say? 111? All right. Well, I guess I thought that was you. All right. Area code. Oh, we got another 111. What's your name? Where you calling from, sir? All right. That motherfucker got scared and hung up. All right. Area code 313. Did you have a question or comment, sir?
Hey, it's Cupcake Larry, man. How you doing?
Man, what's up, everybody? Y'all stand up. We got to greet our boy the way we got to greet him. Man, there's only one Cupcake Larry in this motherfucker.
Somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry.
All right, everybody, all together, you ready to say it?
Motherfucking cupcake.
What's up, Larry, baby?
What's up, man? I got a cupcake story, man. Oh my God. I was like, man, let's say like 7-8 years ago, I was dating. 7-8 years ago, I was dating this girl. On the first date, we went out to a restaurant. I paid. Then after the restaurant, I said, "Hey, you want to go back to my place?" She said, I want to, but I ain't got no gas." I'm like, well, damn, gas $4. I paid for my car. I paid for dinner. Nah, she want dinner and gas, so I filled her tank up. I'm like, oh man, I ain't like it, but I did it, just to get a piece of ass. But when it was time for her to go in the morning, she was well, after we woke up, she was like, I'm hungry. So I said, all right, so you hungry, all right. So I made her breakfast. And then on the way out, she was like, "Oh, my cell phone about to get turned off." I'm like, "Oh man, this girl fucking killing me." You know, it was like $60-some to fill up her tank. Then it was like $60-some. You know, I filled mine up, and so you know, I give her like $60 on it because the bill she wanted 100, but I gave her 60 on it. But I'm like, that I was just tapped out. You know, I'm like, I can't be doing this. You know, but she was a waitress and she was struggling, and that's the last waitress I dated. You know, I don't date waitresses no more. I, that was the last. Let's just say that was the last low income woman that I dated. You know, I stepped my game up after that. You know, because this girl, it's like every time I talk to her on the phone, she got a conversation. The whole conversation was crying about this bill ain't paid, that bill ain't paid, that bill ain't paid. You know what I mean? And you know, over the course of here's some cupcake shit. 18 months, I was out of like $1,800 cash, not counting dinners. You know, I said stop that shit after that. I had to stop, man. I'm just telling you. That was some real cupcake shit. She was a nice, sweet girl, but she was just always fucking needy, you know. So I'm like, oh no, that's the last waitress, last low income woman I dated. The woman I ended up eventually marrying, she a registered nurse, you know. So every woman I dated over that made at least minimum 40 grand after that. So that's what I had to contribute to the story. So that's another reason why I'm Cupcake Larry. That's the old Larry that I used to be. So
I want to
go ahead and elaborate on that.
I just want to take my hat off and just have a moment of silence for you.
Hello?
I said I want to take my hat off and have a moment of silence for you, Cupcake Larry.
Steve, I needed you. I'm 42, right? I needed you 31 years ago.
Damn. You ain't the only one. You ain't the only
Dude, I needed you, man. You know, because my mom, she was a welfare lady. She was one of those welfare, but she always says this: to get education, work hard, she won't have to live like that. So I had sympathy for women that were low income, struggling, but you know, we live in America. You know, there's too many opportunities out here for somebody not to get out here and grind and make their life the way they want it to be, as opposed to waiting on the next guy. You know, and the next guy to make a difference. And you know what? I had to come to the conclusion of just because I'm dating a woman, don't mean that I'm an extra income. You know, I had that shit. I had to come to that conclusion. I was like maybe 34 years old. You know, because there's just so many big and bum ass women. But I was raised by a low income woman, so I was sympathetic to that. Maybe they just need some help. Maybe the kids need this. Maybe the kids. But you know, after being so disrespected, taken for granted of, you know, man got tired of that shit. You know, that you start adding up all these dates and costs that in dealing with women, man, you gotta cut that shit off, man. You'll be broke.
All right, Larry.
You know, you'll be broke trying to be a.
Yeah. Well, all right, Larry. We thank you. You know, my ears are bleeding off that cake ass shit, but we appreciate you, man. Thank you, Larry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Larry, for ruining my Saturday. So thank you, man, with that shit. But we love you, Cupcake Larry. O'Shea, you got anything to say? We got other callers in the queue whenever you're ready, sir.
Hold on one second. I'm still echoing, dog.
Try now.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to a brother who did a super chat $20. We missed him on the last time. Let me go ahead and mention him. My man Kelvin Moore, Calypso, Oregon. Thanks, brothers. True South Fret and keep you free. Shout out to brother Kelvin Moore out there listening to the podcast, man. Thank you, brothers. Carlos Jean for the Brother Pill Bible 2018. Mr. Grandeur, Payday Chicken, $2. Hey, so let me tell you this before we get to the other callers. Some of the people have already saw, my moderators have seen the new ebook, right? they are very, very impressed. At least Carlos is with the new layout of Donovan Sharp's new ebook. Now, it will not be released to the general public until maybe sometime like next month. But again, the next big project that we'll be working on is the Brother Peel Bible. Okay, we're gonna have the Brother Peel Bible. It's gonna be a long book. It's gonna have several authors, so it's gonna be everything that you'll need for black male survival. So we have the survivalism ebook already in the works, brother. So thank you for again supporting us. Again, eventually the comic that we have also is going to be free. The survivalism ebook is going to be free. So again, we want to thank you for those of you who are listening to the current stream that's live. Please like the video. If you are on the restream, like the video and share the video. And for those of you people who are on live, keep the super chats coming, brothers. $1 or $2 super chats. If you're a person that typically does not donate, it always helps because we're able to do not only just this podcast, we do the negromanosphere.com for you every day, new information. And then also we are giving out ebooks, free ebooks. And in fact, if you want our last ebook that we did, How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours, email me at planetoshay@gmail.com. I'll send that to you right away. Steve, let's go to the next caller.
All right, we got area code. We got 2111. So I don't know.
Okay, let's go to them. Let's go to that person.
What's your name? Where you calling from, sir?
Steve.
Steve, they love you, dog.
I can just go through the phone and choke that nigga one time. All right. Anyway, area code 111. Did you have a question, sir?
What's up, you bitch ass nigga?
Area code 316. Did you have a question, sir?
I do have a question, but it's off topic and I don't want to disrupt the flow of the conversation. Is it possible to put me back in the queue? And if you guys have the whole ask anything section, then I'd like to ask my question, if that's okay, fellas.
We have that part, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know, Steve, is there anything else, particularly about this particular podcast that you need to, in Jamaican, if you want to email me, I'll send it to you. So is there anything particular about this more detail that we need to talk about?
No, we bring it back in. I just want to, the only thing I want to say to you black men is you got to be better. You gotta know what you are. You gotta know the power of your last name and your legacy and what you're creating. And it's a shame you men don't realize how the value of your sperm and how you just give that shit away to these ain't shit bitches and create kids from these motherfuckers. Stop doing that shit, man. Stop doing it, man. Damn, no, I can bring him in now if we want.
Bring him in. I won't keep him too long because I'm gonna go get my, I gotta get my omelet and shit.
Oh yeah, gotta get you a fucking cake ass omelet. All right, 316. What you want to ask, man? Off topic, sir.
Awesome. Thank you for taking the call, fellas. Mr. O'Shea, yes. Oh, this is Ian from Kansas. Yesterday when I called, you were telling me that I need to start looking into, or hinting at, I need to start looking into the infrastructure side of buildings. And it's such a broad topic that you know more about than me. So I wanted to know from you, in your opinion, what area should I start looking at so I can make an impact in the next 10, 15 years?
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily a great person at infrastructure building. I could tell you this. I probably know a little bit about it, but let me ask you this: what part of the community are you trying to? What are your goals in the next 10 to 15 years?
I'll be honest with you, sir. The main thing was when you got on me about just like recommending books and you're like, start looking into infrastructure. It just sparked me. Like, okay, I'll start looking into infrastructure. And some of the areas that you were talking about were like civil engineering, building buildings, and things like that to help build the community. And it was just so broad that I didn't know which areas are like black men should start looking into now so we can start to build our community and start to build an infrastructure to help out each other. That's all.
Well, it's going to go into what you feel that you're here. For example, I'm in the third year med school. I wanted to be a family doctor because I feel like it reaches my potential and my best personality. That's the only reason why I'm here. I'm not here for surgery. I'm not here for internal med or anything like that. I feel that as a primary care physician, it gives me the best opportunity to help the community that I want to serve. And with that skill set, I could build, a hospital, eventually a clinic, stuff like that. You have to, I feel every brother can contribute anything to the new Black community because we're going to need everything. You're going to need drivers. You're going to need schools. You're going to need all of these different things, websites, magazines, all of these things that any society has, we will need it. It's going to be based off of what you are passionate about, I feel, where you feel that your skill set will allow you to contribute. And you got to understand in this community, brother, that we're talking about, it's not for you to be trying to help people who don't appreciate you. That's one thing that we got to understand as brothers on this podcast. For those of you, because if you see, we had a trucker podcast a little bit earlier, and my God, I mean, the brothers that were truckers, man, were really killing it in the super chats. But they found their lane, right? I feel that number one, if you want to help the Black community, you cannot be building something for people who don't want to build stuff for themselves. So I want you, when you think about building something, don't build it for the community because the community is not going to appreciate it. Build it for you in the next 10 and 15 years. Don't build anything for these people. I'm telling you, this is going to be the best information that I can give you from what I'm seeing. Build it for you. The people who want to be around you are going to come, like-minded people. Because you can only build a community with like-minded people. You cannot build a community for people who are not like-minded. But again, for the like-minded people, we're going to need everything. All Black men who are like-minded, we're going to need everything that the white man has or that we have right now. What you are passionate about, you're going to do well in. So if you want to do, engineering is good, but if you don't like math and if you don't like, mechanics, calculus-based physics, it's not going to be a good fit for you. You need to take what you are good and a good fit for, and then you build that for yourself. It's good to read books. Books are great, but a lot of people read books and don't apply the knowledge in the book to do what they're going to do. Build your own community, and you will link with others who are going to be in that community, brother. That's why don't build anything for Pookie, Ray Ray, and these little Black kids coming from Singapore. That's not your problem. Are you there?
I'm still here. Oh, yeah, I had you on mute because I talk and interrupt a lot, and I didn't want to do that to you.
Yeah. This is what I just want to say this, man, because when I'm in medical school, I'm in medical school for me. And then the people I'm going to help are going to be the people that want to be helped. I'm not going to be setting up a clinic for niggas in my neighborhood that I came from because I want to help the niggas out. Fuck them. Go into it with that mindset. When a billionaire or any successful person goes into doing something, they don't do things just for charity. They do it because for them. They want to take over something. Have that mindset. Whatever it is you want to do.
Awesome, sir.
Okay. You got any other questions?
Thank you very much. Not at all. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Let me just say this real quick, and I won't hold you guys too long. The reason why we brought the Negro Manosphere and the Brother Pill podcast is because it's something that was definitely needed, and we felt that it was something that I was passionate about. The Negro Manosphere, I love brothers getting the game. I love having our own website with Black male writers. We can tell. I love that. Steve, what Steve is doing with us on the Brother Pill, I love that. The fact that we penetrate into Nigeria and we're like in the top 20,000 websites in Nigeria, and we can use, this network that we're building, like Brother Carlos, Brother Calvin Stevens, so many brothers, Brother Dynas Amir, who's linking up with Brother Daniel Simmons, who just came back from Ghana, and now they're doing a hangout. You see, this community is building small amongst brothers who are actually intelligent. Brother Ron Wills, Steve the Dean, Donovan Sharp, Alan Roger Curry. It's a community within a community. And again, it's something that was needed. So a lot of you brothers, when you're out there doing stuff, don't do it for the black community. That's when you're going to go wrong at. Do it because you want to be successful at it and you want to dominate. Don't do anything for a group of people that are maternalistic, feminist minded. Fuck them. Don't do anything for the motherfuckers. Do it for you because you love it, because you're passionate about it. And the people who want to be in your community, you're going to make those motherfuckers have rules and they have to abide by those fucking rules. And if they don't abide by those rules and those standards, they will be fucking kicked out of that community. That's how you got to think. I'm sorry, Steve, anything else you want to say?
You're on point, man. You're on point. But you got to have balls to do that, though, O'Shea. You got to have balls.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of these guys, man, I don't think that, I think that, a lot of these dudes who are coming into the knowledge of themselves, because a lot of black men have already felt that way. I've just never said it. They just go away quietly. Let me shout out to my man. Again, I have a brother, Ted Randolph. Shout out to my civil engineers in the building. Yeah, man. Them Ghanaian dudes, man. Shout out to the brothers from Ghana. The brothers from Ghana bought out a black bank in Chicago. And I have another brother that's here that went to a engineering school. He's now in medical school. He's one of the top students here. So shout out to the brothers from all over Africa that come on support this podcast. I don't really have too much to say, Steve. Anything else? Unless you have something to say.
No. I think we covered it all. I just think that a lot of guys need to just do more work on learning who they are and stop demanding or allow women, to demand things from them. I just think, telling you that is one thing, but doing it is a totally whole different animal.
And let me say this. I'm gonna attach this article, The Hobo Traveler, an article where you can get wives if you really want to get married. Don't get married in America, okay? Don't do that for the most part. I'm not saying that it can't work out, but if you want to really, let's say you're a guy and you want to have a wife for an efficient price, then you fucking hire a wife part-time out the year or something like that, and you just pay the bitch a fucking salary, okay? That's what a lot of these white guys are doing in these other countries and shit, man. There's a full article on this shit where, you guys are paying chicks, and I've done that before too, right? You can go to Uganda, you can go to these other places, and if it's about respect, man, you can have a whole other family on the old side of the world for $500 a month, never having to worry about no fucking child support. If you want to really get out there and have kids and have a family, and you can do it that way. Okay, you guys don't need to be out here paying bitches college loans and shit like that. Why? You could deal with a woman overseas. If it's about investment, that ain't never went to college. And I'll tell you what a lot of the Chinese guys are doing. A lot of Chinese guys, Steve, they're going over to Uganda and Liberia. They're marrying these African women, Steve. And what they're doing is they're getting citizenship in these countries and taking their Chinese money and bringing it over there and buying property, setting up businesses, and getting that cheap pussy. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say that again. This is what they're doing, man. These guys, they say, fuck the women in China. We're going over here to Africa. I seen a documentary where a dude from China met a chick in Malawi. Met a chick in Malawi, got her citizenship, took his money from China and started 2 businesses and got a farm now. And he got Africans working his farm. He bought a farm in the new country. This is what a lot of dudes are doing, man. They go back and forth. They get married to a chick from that country. Because, in many countries in Africa, if you are married if you're a foreigner, you can only lease the land. But once you marry her and you have like money coming in, you can then buy property instead of business. So they take their skill and they're over there with a family, $200 a month, something like that. And
but again, I'm sure he was taught to manage his money. A lot of us black men don't know how to manage our dollars or invest them in things where you get a return on your investment and don't waste it. It's just such a difficult thing. I mean, it's common sense, but it's just something that they don't do, man.
Yeah, no, it's true. You know, like and Ted, he says every time O'Shea complains about Africans coming to America, I laugh my ass off because we corrupt the system regardless, legal or illegal. You know, I gotta speak to that. You know, the thing about blacks is we can complain about Africans coming over here, but if they're coming over here and they're doing well, I mean, look, that's just talk about how dumb we are to a certain degree. Okay, it is what it is. But like I told Ted Randolph, nigga, we're returning the favor, nigga. Don't play the role because I'm penetrating Nigeria at warp speed, and I seen those Asian Steve. These Chinese guys are going to Liberia. These Lebanese guys are going to Liberia. They're marrying these chicks over there. Some of these dudes are having multiple wives over there, and they come back. They have businesses over there, and they go back and make their money in America, and then they come back and they have multiple businesses because the Chinese dudes are doing it all the time. And they're getting that good pussy over there for cheap, and they come back to America and they work and come back, and they have two different incomes for two different places, and they ain't got to worry about child support. So if the Asians is over there doing it, why ain't you doing it, motherfucker? That's all I gotta say, Steve.
Well, it shows how lazy we are. Shows that again. I listen. I know, and I know from my experience, and then this is not me bitching, whining, and complaining. I know Africans don't like motherfuckers like me. I know they don't like motherfuckers like me. But the thing that I respect about them, or anybody that comes to the Americas, is that they come with nothing, and their passion and grind is so great for succeeding, they supersede and become wealthy. We, on the other hand, well, I can't say we, not me, but most of you guys listening, you have all the opportunities around you every day, and you do nothing about it whatsoever. And then you want to get mad at the African guy or the Asian guy that comes to the United States and works 3 jobs, then finally establishes a community and creates wealth and generates it. You can't do nothing but respect those guys, O'Shea. I can't get mad at those guys for that shit, man.
You know, and I'll be fair. I'll be fair enough. Also, a lot of Africans do come over to America with some sort of higher education. So you know, it's not like they're coming over here. Some of them not like they're coming over here with absolutely no training. They do have some training, but the fact that they do start at ground zero. And this is the thing that we got to understand, brothers. You cannot really truly be very successful unless you understand more than one culture. American culture is good, but can you take your American culture and go live in another culture and get to understand that? I wish I could spend a year in Uganda. If I could spend a year in Uganda, I probably would be a millionaire at the end of that, or close to it, or maybe eventually would be a millionaire because I would understand how their business system works, how their legalities work, stuff like that. A lot of you guys don't invest that kind of time into that. And again, when I was on my flight from Ethiopia to Entebbe, I'm pretty sure I was the only African American on there. I saw a lot of white guys there. I saw a lot of Chinese guys there. And like I said, a lot of these Chinese guys are marrying these women. They're not having to worry about child support. These women are beautiful over there in Uganda. I told my big bro, Black as Night, big round booties, white guys over there with super hot chicks. Again, they're not having to worry about paying bitches car notes and shit, right? They don't even know nothing about a car. They ain't thinking about a car. Ain't gonna ask for a car. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's here the white and the Chinese guys beating you to the punch, and you paying bitches a debt off that's gonna get fat $50,000 a year because you want to prove that you a man. Again, you know. But Steve, I want to just close the show out. Everybody like the video, share the video. Steve, we'll be on tomorrow night, right?
Yeah. We should be. Everything should be okay. Let me just double check and see if there's anybody in the queue that has a question.
Okay.
111, did you have a question?
Fuck you.
Fuck you too, bitch. Hung up when you hung up on me, motherfucker. Anyway, And that motherfucker was on for 30 minutes waiting just to say that. That's how ignorant you motherfuckers are. Man.
Let me just say something real quick before we go. Shout out to my brothers. Like I said, I used to have a pretty good issue with Africans in America until I always loved Africa, right? I always knew a lot of neocolonialism. I did have an issue. I criticized Nigerians and Africans a lot. Also, I criticized African Americans. But until I went to Africa for the first time, I've always had a love for Africa. And I went because I could have went to Brazil. I could have went to any other place. I could have went to Russia or China. I chose to go to Uganda, right? I chose to take the money that I had made as a black YouTuber and take it to African country and help that country do better. What I want to say is this: in Nigeria, the entertainment industry is going to reach $8 billion by 2020. That's the speculated thing. Now Hollywood has been around for years. It's a $10 billion industry. Nollywood has been around no less than 20 years, already a $3 billion industry. I think with black people who have skill sets and you can do great things, you have access to fast internet. Like, for example, what me and Steve are doing, you can't really do this kind of podcast, a hangout like this in Nigeria for the most part. And if you do, you spending $400 a month for the internet. We are in such a great area to take our skill sets to do what the Africans have been doing to the black communities as we can be taking our shit over there. You know what I'm saying? And what I want to say is, listen, Nigeria is on the come up, man, when it comes to entertainment. Ghana is on the come up. These developing places, you guys are thinking that ain't shit. You guys are laughing at them and shit. These dudes are on the come up. And the African Americans, we are being left behind. We don't control our industries. We don't control our music industry. We don't have a rap. We don't control the Hollywood industry. We don't have anything. We just consumers. We have a spending power that we don't control nothing of. And you guys can keep laughing at Nigerians if you want. Our Ghanaians, our Liberians, listen, they are the new blacks. So we got to understand, as African American men, African American people, we cannot be sitting here thinking that our shit don't stink because we are the most popular blacks in the world. If we don't get it together, that will soon change. Okay, let me just ask this last question because this dude finally did though. I think they're the same. OG, yo, Shay, it's Vic Ade. I told you, fam. My question is, do you think a 9 to 5 is bullshit? I hate it. Do you know any side hustles to make money? One love. Well, I'll answer that first. Let's see. Answer. I don't think any 9 to 5 job is a bullshit because in order for you to get a job, you need to start off somewhere to get money to go into a personal business. So I don't think that it's anything is a bullshit. That's a 9 to 5. I think if you want to stay in a 9 to 5 all your life, that's bullshit. But as far as the side hustles, I will let Steve answer that part.
Well, I would have to ask him. He's in the room right now with us. What talents do you have? What are you good at doing? That's the first question I want to ask. Is that Fingo Fin Vino guy? The one who's asking the question? Who's asking the question?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me see. This guy is his name is So, what skills do you have, dog? I guess what Steve is asking you.
What skills do you have?
Do you see the chat, Steve? Let me see.
I have no talents. All right. Well, let me ask you this: Can you walk dogs? Wait and see me your answer. Okay. I know you work in the pharmacy, but you didn't answer my question. Can you walk dogs? Can you do something like that? Wait for the answer. Did he answer the question? I'm trying to see if he answered the question. And I walk dogs. Yeah, that's the fuck okay. Can you walk dogs? Thank you. Finally answered the question. Damn. Look, man. The reason I asked you that, there's things that you can do. You can drive Uber. What city are you in? What city are you in? I'm not trying to get too like just let me know what city you in. What did he say? I'm typing something up. Did he say?
Hold on a second. I had to unban everybody.
What is it called?
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, let me see what he
You
said.
said, can you walk cats, nigga?
Toronto. Are you in Toronto? No, you can't do that job. I was looking at something for Amazon. Okay, well, here's the thing, man. Because if you worked in if you were in the states, there are some things that you could do. But is there in Toronto? No, there's nothing in Toronto. No, there's nothing in Toronto. But what's good is oh shit, this motherfucker is. Damn. Hey, oh yeah, I was fucking looking for something for him. I found me another side hustle, nigga. Shit. Anyway, I
You
just
gonna start stripping again?
no. This is they Amazon had like Uber has the thing where they drive around. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon has this new shit that's coming out that's hot. It's fire. It's fire. And they just fucking I just hit a few buttons. Shit, Nick. Hey man, hey y'all. Hey, this is how greedy I am. You know I don't have to work, O'Shea, because I'm doing all right. But I love money. I'm gonna do this shit anyway. But let me get back to what I was saying. All right, this is what I'm saying to you, guys out there, for you, real quick. What you got to do is, if you don't have a talent, you got to find things that you got to find needs that people want. You got to find out what the need is where you live at. Now the thing is, it's not the need of. I can't say that. Can I say that?
Go
White
ahead.
people. The needs of white people.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
If I say that, dog, I can't say. Can I say it?
You can say it.
All right. Well, hey, you got to find out what the white people need the most, because they're the ones gonna be paying you the most. So if it's dog, like I say, I had a concierge place. What I used to do is I would go to companies downtown and offer my services. Got a few contracts, and I would pick people up from the airport. I'd pay bills. I was like a little gopher, but it was some big ass contracts I had. So those are things that you can do, man. When you sit around and say the job ain't good and all this other stuff, that's fine. You got to work the job, but my question is, what's his name, Finney or whatever his name is?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What are you doing every day? What are you doing? What are you doing to what are you doing with right now? I'm asking him, what is he doing? Like with his life?
You see, I don't know what the nigga is doing with his life.
I mean, you work 8 hours a day, but what are you doing for the rest of your time? That
Right.
tells you a lot about them. You know what I mean?
That's true. Nigga might be sitting up there watching pornos all goddamn day.
And hey, let me wait. I just want to hold on. I just want to tell. I'm gonna give this away, 'cause I don't usually don't like telling you motherfuckers this kind of shit, because I know y'all are lazy, most of you people. I'm gonna try something, O'Shea.
Okay.
I hate to do this, but you can make $18 to $25 an hour, okay, on your own time. And let me just show you the cities this is in. If you are in Austin, Boston, Chicago, Cincinnati, Columbus, Ohio, Dallas, Fort Worth, the greater Los Angeles area, the greater San Francisco, San Jose area, the greater Seattle area, Houston, Minneapolis, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Stockton, California, and Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg. You need to look up flex.amazon.com. This is an easy way to make cake instead of worrying about Uber. Because, Uber, you got to worry about people. This is just grabbing packages and delivering them motherfuckers to doors, dog. Easy fucking cake. I'm getting on that. Fuck y'all. I usually don't want to get this. I will get this away to my friends, but I'm going to act like y'all my friends today. And if any of y'all motherfuckers on that area, y'all need to jump on this. This is hot. This is fire. This is fuck Uber. This is the shit right here, dog. All right, that's all I had to say.
So that was very good, man. And actually, send that to me. I'll link it in the description for you brothers. Actually, we want to do that. Amazon, Shady Ray just got a job with Amazon. We know that. So again, I want to say this real quick. Next weekend, we're gonna have a trucker podcast. I interviewed a brother today that is making $5,000 a week. I ain't talking about $5,000 a month, $5,000 a week. He was nice enough. That's my man, HT Logistics. He was nice enough to come on to the podcast and really, sit and park his truck. A brother, man, he makes a whole lot of money. A lot of the brothers, man, that are truck drivers, they follow the brother pill, man, hardcore. I think out of all of the black YouTubers, and I'm not gonna, brag about it, but I'm pretty sure that the trucker following, I have the most trucker base out of all the people that I know, as far as a trucker community that really follows us a whole lot. So you guys on the other podcast, if you heard that, it's on my main channel, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Me and Steve are going to be having more talks and bringing in more people, more oriented at business. Shout out to the Great American Investor who came on and talked about a few months ago about penny stocks. We'll be revisiting that. So we're going to be having more lifestyle things. Now, also, if you on the negromanosphere.com, you will see that Josh Solito, as a certified public accountant out of the Toronto, Canada area, he writes our finance column. He hasn't written for a while, but he has at least 20 articles there that'll help you get there. Also, look at Rom Wills About That Business. It's a great channel. I watch it all the time, and I learn a whole lot about it. Me and Steve, you guys know, like, what I've done with the Negro Manosphere in a year is something that people haven't been able to do in 10 years, right? But again, I'm learning every day. I buy courses and things of this nature. So if you guys, have questions about growing a blog, growing a website, how to get leads, how to gather emails, I'm a learning on the job. That's another way that a lot of guys, if you have a talent that you can write, it's a long-term way to make money and build credibility online. There are certain people who do it all the time. There's certain channels on YouTube that talk about that all the time. They're e-commerce channels, man. There are people on here that make a lot of money. People who use Instagram ads to make money. So, there are a lot of different ways to make money if you search out for it. You don't have to necessarily be skilled, but just want to put in the work. So again, shout out to Dark Man Jeff. Shout out to Falcon Black, Carlos, Brendan. Sent that email through Patreon. Okay, let me go ahead and look and see what we got here. And Steve, is there anything else you got that you want to talk about today, Steve?
No, not really, man. Not really, man. It's no, I got nothing. I'm just chilling. No, I'm just trying to see how I can flip some more, make some more money.
And Jamaican, I just saw the email. I mean, I'm on Patreon, but I didn't get the email. Also, let me tell you guys this real quick, okay? The ebook that Donovan Sharp has written is done, but you can only get it if you are a Patreon subscriber. Okay, Patreon subscriber, or you're a person that is on Super Chat. So it won't be done officially, all the work, until about 2 weeks. So if you've already donated on Super Chat and I can verify it in the last 30 days, you will get it. Or if you are a Patreon subscriber, okay? So the thing is, support us on Patreon because it's $5 a month. It's recurring, right? We ask you brothers to do that. It's www.patreon.com/Negro Manosphere. Now, the important thing about why you should support the Negro Manosphere is because of all the work we give back. Okay. And thank you so much, Kelvin. I appreciate you. The information that we give is top notch. Not only are you paying $5 a month to help support other Black men right, you're getting into a Black male community. What am I talking about here? I have brothers in this community that are doctors, pathologists, lawyers, accountants, all of these brothers that we'll be bringing on. I've done interviews with over 50 YouTubers. They're all into this community. And this is a great way for you to network with other people. Like I said, Daniel Simmons is having an interview with Dynas Demir about Africa. He met him off of my channel. You make connections on this channel, right? There is no other place on Black YouTube that you can come to a community of Black men and meet other Black men who are six-figure men, meet other Black men who are millionaires. You can do that and build that community right here on YouTube. This is what we are doing. Okay. So when you support the Negro Manosphere, you don't only support it just because oh, I'm just donating because they have good content. You're helping us build a community that are connecting Black men together that you can actually fellowship with. All right. So that's something I want you to consider when you want to help out or support. We do these shows every night. We keep them coming. Steve is working. And Steve, man, I have to really congratulate you. You said you're all in once you learn how to sign up. So let me do this. Go to patreon.com/Negro Manosphere. Okay, that's the link there. And you guys can sign up, pledge the $5 a month. It really, really helps out. It supports us. And also, Steve, tell them about your Patreon, man, because I'm your Patreon. And my God, you have so much great content over there. Tell them about your Patreon, Steve.
Yeah, our Patreon is the Man Mindset. Just go to patreon.com. It's Patreon/the Man Mindset. It is just our little syndicate, our secret society group that we teach guys about all the things that we sell as far as products, but we go a little bit deeper. So all the information is there. If you go there, you have the two chicks breaking everything down to you. Or you can read what's written, but
we know a lot of these niggas don't like reading and shit. So all right, listen, guys. It's 9 a.m. I just woke up maybe a few hours ago. I woke up at 6:30. So again, thank you, Steve, man, for the late night pill. Thank you, brothers. Steve, I know you probably gonna go to bed, man, but if you want, I can hit you about 5 minutes when I walk downstairs.
Give me a 5. I'm gonna probably watch a little bit of Ray Donovan or some shit like that on TV, or maybe some Shark Tank. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be up. Yeah, I'll be up for a few minutes.
All right. So again, thanks again, Steve. Thanks for everybody, man, that's supporting us on the pill. We really thank you. Appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow night. Peace.
Peace, guys.